Welcome back to 360 Strong Women. Today I want to talk to you about a thing called NEAT, Non Exercise Activity Thermogenesis. And this is one of the little secrets after 50 that you want to make sure you're adding to your daily life. And you are, but I want you to be more aware of what it is, how it helps your metabolism, especially when we run into that belly. And I hear things like, Beth, I'm working out every day. I'm doing all the things. I can't get rid of the extra menopausal weight. What am I doing wrong? And this leads me to believe that yes, you are doing NEAT. I'm going to go over that a little bit, but you could be doing a little more. And what happens is, if you're just doing your workout for the day and then you're sitting most of the rest of the day, that's where we need to be moving more through the day. That's where you could end up with frustration because that menopausal weight isn't going away. We don't have the hormones to help us burn those extra calories anymore. And we need to be more aware of our NEAT and how we can utilize that to create more caloric burn for ourselves. So let's dive into this very interesting subject. Ladies, you can do a great workout in the morning. Your workout actually matters. We want to move at least 20 minutes minimum every day. We prioritize our protein and we prioritize our sleep. But what happens during the other hours of the day? This is where I really want to dive in and talk about NEAT, our non-exercise activity thermogenesis. When we think about that, we think about every kind of movement other than your workout, sleeping, and eating. So at the very beginning, I talked about how we need to do our workout. We need to move minimal 20 minutes a day and make it varied. If you've been with me long enough, you've heard that over and over again. If you haven't, thank you for joining our tribe. Don't forget to hit our button, like, subscribe, and share. I talked about how we need to prioritize that protein. As women in our older years, we need to be getting at minimum 30 grams per meal. We're shooting for 75 grams plus per day to help keep the muscle on our bone. And we also need fiber, at least 25 grams a day. You want to be shooting for those things. And then we need to prioritize our sleep. And you can do that in the right way by setting up your room. It's one of the pillars. We've talked about that a lot. If you need more information about getting good quality sleep, we're shooting for 7 to 9 hours of good quality sleep, which is going to help reduce your inflammation. And that's going to help make you feel better and take some of that belly off of you. We seem to be inflamed. One, we're not sleeping well. Two, our hormones are always up and down, probably not getting enough protein. And we may be doing our workout, but then we're being more sedentary through the day. And it could be because you're older, so you may have more joint pain. Your muscles may take more time to recover. This little NEAT thing I want you to be more aware of because it's everything that you do other than your workout, your sleeping, and your eating. So all movements matter. And if you can move throughout the day, and if again you've been with me for a while, you've heard me say every 30 get 3. That means every 30 minutes to an hour, stand up and get 3 minutes of movement. They add up over time, and that's going to help you metabolically burn more calories through the day. Those calories, you're not sedentary, and your metabolic system can burn more calories. We need to be moving. Really significant for people that are over 50. We need to just be aware of what NEAT is and how we can add more NEAT to our day to help boost our healthy aging and longevity and burn more calories so that we can get rid of all that extra menopausal weight, which a lot of ladies call that menobelly. It tends to be visceral fat around the abdomen. Well, your body's just trying to keep you safe, but it adds health risks to you. So you want to get rid of that. You're going to feel better. You're going to be more confident in your body. And there are some ways that you can use NEAT to help get that done. So what does NEAT look like? It looks like maybe taking a walk. Walking through the day, adding extra steps to your life can really make a difference. Even going up and down stairs is part of NEAT, but helps you metabolically burn more calories. Walk with friends. That's even better because you're doing it together. It also looks like cleaning your house, doing daily chores. It can be more standing through the day. It could be gardening. It can be fidgeting or typing. All those things are what we consider non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Here's what I want my 360 strong women, strong after 50 women, I want you to really hear this. More workouts don't matter, but more movements do. So get your workout in. All the reasons why we talk about why the workout is important. But then simply add more movement through the day. Are you standing up every hour and maybe doing a lymphatic sequence, which I'm going to do for you in this video? Are you taking time to go to the store, maybe park farther away and walk farther to get into the store? Are you taking stairs versus an elevator? Are you picking up and putting things down safely and appropriately? But are you lifting? Are you pushing? Are you pulling? Are you maybe dancing to music? What are the types of movements that you're doing, and how can you add more movement throughout your day? That's going to be really important on metabolic burn and more caloric burn for you to get rid of this menobelly. People ask me about it all the time. So lifting weights are going to help keep the muscle on your body, tone your muscles, keep them strong, get strong. We progressively load. Talk about body composition, and it's very tough when we hit that perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause, because we're climbing uphill basically, and so we can add these extra movements throughout the day. From the time that you get up in the morning, you're moving your body. Do you fidget? Fidgeting is not a bad thing. Things you can do to move. Maybe you can stand and brush your teeth and stand on one leg. That's really a metabolic mover, and you're working balance at the same time. So a 2 for 1 there. Drying your hair, putting on your makeup, all those things are movement. Maybe you're stepping side to side and listening to some music while you're getting ready for the day or getting ready for work. Are you doing stretches and maybe a lymphatic stretch before you go to bed? One, it'll help you sleep better and help you wind down versus being on Bluetooth and scrolling. And two, it's going to help you add up those movements, add up that NEAT. Why does NEAT matter? Well, first of all, the whole reason for this video is it metabolically helps you burn more calories. Small movements can add up to big calories throughout the day, getting in those extra steps. First of all, I would suggest that consider knowing where your steps are. So just take this next week, do your regular routine, and follow your steps. How many steps are you actually getting in the day? You'd be surprised. Maybe you think you're walking more steps than you actually are. And then go from there get your baseline and then start adding steps through the day. That doesn't mean you have to go outside. I'm in Florida, it gets very hot. You can be outside earlier in the morning, later in the evening, or you can walk around your house or walk around your building or do that every 30 get 3 does make a difference. Marching in place is still getting steps. NEAT helps boost your health by breaking up prolonged sitting. So sitting is the new smoking. We need to be moving our body, stretching out the muscles, not being so compressed. It's just a good health move for us. So if you are working and you can get a standing desk, standing up and doing some work, and then sitting down and doing some work, and then getting up and stretching and standing up again. That's all part of NEAT. It's all part of breaking up the sedentary life that we tend to have because we're busy and we have work and whatever else we have going on. We need to be at our desks doing our work, but use the resources to be able to stand up to do some work. So we want to break up the sedentary style. So if you find that you're sitting for a prolonged period of time, I would consider an hour, then get up. You could set your watch and then get up and do some NEAT moves, and then you're still on your way and you're adding those metabolically burned calories. Protect you against weight gain and metabolic problems down the road. Research increasingly shows that we shouldn't think about getting our workout in. We should be thinking about more movement through the day. So the workout is exercise is important, but we want to think about movement through the day, not just in 1 hour and then we're done. We want to think about consistent movement throughout the day, if that makes sense. I'm going to interrupt that sitting. A 2026 systematic review of meta-analysis of 144 studies found frequent activity breaks also produced favorable effects on insulin and blood pressure. So if you're in that situation where you have an insulin problem, where you have blood pressure issues, NEAT, moving, disrupting sedentary sitting, prolonged sitting is really going to help you with that. The metadata analyses are there, and the research shows that we need to be getting up and moving around. NEAT also varies from person to person. So this is a very personal thing. That's why I'm talking about it, because I want you to consider, how much am I actually doing my non-exercise activity thermogenesis? Am I getting enough of it in? Am I disrupting my sedentary lifestyle? I know since I started this YouTube channel, when I do content, which I'm doing right now, I'm editing while I'm talking to you, there's a lot of sitting that goes on. So I have to set my clock to say, hey, it's time to stand up and do my NEAT. And so I'll have to stand up, walk around, get some more water, stretch my body out, especially you get so compressed doing it. And if I find that I'm just editing and editing and editing, and those content creators, you know what I'm talking about. So make sure you're getting up, you're stretching, you're getting in your NEAT. It's going to help your metabolism along the way, and you're going to feel better. NEAT can vary from person to person. So it's a personal thing, and I want you to just be aware of your NEAT, what it is, and are you doing enough of it? Consider it a little challenge for you for your life, for today. Am I getting my workout in? Yes. Am I sitting too long? Or am I getting up and moving throughout the day? Am I getting in my NEAT? And what is my NEAT? And see how much you actually move through the day, or how long you're actually, or if you're actually very sedentary. And that's going to give you a clue to what's going on in your body. Two people doing similar structured workouts can still have very different total daily activity and energy expenditure. So your metabolism, some people run hot, some people run cold. So even if you do the same exercise, you may burn different calories. It could be your age, your gender, it could be your metabolic system of what's going on in your metabolism right now. Again, this is a very personal thing, but just as a challenge, are you getting in enough NEAT and are you moving throughout the day? Short movement breaks can improve blood sugar control. A 2026, I'm just reading the study here so I don't mess it up. A 2026 meta-analysis of 39 trials found that regularly interrupting prolonged sitting lowered post-metaglycal and insulin responses. That's really important, with short walking breaks showing particularly strong benefit. Every 30, get 3 minutes of some kind of movement. Walk around your house, dance around your house, put on some music, do a lymphatic sequence, do some kind of movement. Go up and down your stairs. Just get in some movement. Maybe do some chores. If you work from home, maybe your break is getting things done through the day. I'm going to empty the dishwasher on my next break, fill up my water bottle, and then get back to work. Walking after meals. This is really good. There was randomized metadata analysis, walking after meals. And we used to do this back in the day. I don't know. I'm almost 64. My family used to take a walk after meals, especially on nice nights. And we would just walk down the street and neighbors would walk down the street and we were all walking after a meal. And so listen to what your mama used to teach you. Walking after meals, about 10 minutes, is a powerful little lifestyle habit. So if you haven't already, I want you to put this into practice and start doing some walking after a meal. Now, if you can't get outside, walk around your house. Set your timer and start walking. I'm in a condo. Even if the weather out, I can walk around my house or I can go outside and walk under the easement and walk up and down stairs. I can do that or I walk around my neighborhood. So make sure you're safe. Every meal, you're going to do a little walk. Research found benefits from walking after eating. In one randomized crossover study, 3 10-minute walks after the main meals produced better post-meal glucose control than one 40-minute daily walk in people with type 2 diabetes. So specifically, they were looking at people with a metabolic comorbidity. However, it's a healthy lifestyle change. So if you could put that into practice and start with one thing, consider that NEAT. I've just eaten my meal, so that doesn't count. And now I'm going to go for a 10-minute walk after my meal. You're going to feel better. You'll probably sleep better as well. You need to get that digestion going so that when you go to sleep, your brain gets a nice little power wash. And that's great for keeping dementia type things away. What we want to know is that NEAT complements our exercise, but it doesn't replace it. So I hear this a lot too. Well, I walk up and down the stairs all day. I do laundry. I have all kinds of chores that I need to do. I clean the house all day, take care of the kids. I'm exhausted. I'm doing enough. I don't need to work out. Your workout is different from your NEAT. Your workout doesn't replace NEAT, and NEAT doesn't replace your workout. It's not this or that, it's this and that. So you want to do your workout, minimum 20 minutes every day, make it varied. Those are the rules. However, we want to do NEAT, Non Exercise Activity Thermogenesis, throughout the day so that we don't have a sedentary lifestyle. We are burning more calories. And for women over 50, we're not having to struggle with all that menopausal, visceral weight gain. What are some of the things we can do? I showed some of those things in the video. You can walk, you can clean your house. Anything counts as far as movement, except for sleeping, eating, and your workout. Is every movement that you do other than that. So people that fidget a lot are actually burning more calories. You can be sitting and fidgeting, typing, moving your feet. That's going to be good for circulation and blood flow anyway. You could take the stairs instead of the elevator. You could walk 10 minutes after every meal. You can stand and pace while talking on the phone. I do that all the time. I put my phone on speaker if I have a conference call or something, and I am moving around. I don't want to be sedentary or seated. Now, if I'm on a Zoom or a FaceTime or something like that, then my audience has my attention. But if I'm just on a call, I'm moving around and doing things. I'm getting things done. I'm a multitasker, but I'm also doing all this neat. So my metabolic system is going to reward me for that. Park my car further away from the entrance and add extra steps. Household chores, garden, work, carry your groceries. Lots of people, especially when you're older and you go to the grocery store, leave me comments below. Have you been approached this way? Ma'am, can I bag your groceries? Ma'am, can I take your groceries to your car? They're very sweet. And I always say, no, thank you. I can do that myself. We don't want to limit our life. The less we do, the less we'll be able to do. Lift heavy things onto your cart, squat down, pick them up, and put them in your cart. And then take your cart to the car, put your stuff in the car, and then take your stuff to your house. Try to carry your own groceries, try to bag it up. Now, you could ask them, double bag it so things don't rip. You could tell them, lighten up the bag and then do the farmer's walk or the suitcase carry. But you're doing it. And I'm training you so that you can do it, but try to be as independent as you can do those things. Stretch every hour at your desk. I have a whole video on desk stretches. So no excuses, you can get that done. Remember that every 30, get 3. You can brush your teeth and stand on one leg. That's a great one because you're working your balance, you're working your core. There's a lot going on when you stand on one leg and try to do something else. Your brain has to work a little extra as well. Very healthy for you, very good for you. Give it a try. It's part of your NEAT. You can do squats, push-ups, or walk in place while you watch TV. Move. You can do that lymphatic sequence, and I'm going to go through that with you. Meet a friend for coffee, and instead of sitting in the coffee house, go for a walk with your coffee. Get in those extra steps. Lymphatic movement sequence, bunny hops, arm swings, wide twists, golf swings, and march and plie. During a commercial, during an office break, after you eat. If you can't go for a walk, walk around your house a little bit or walk around the building a little bit and maybe then do some lymphatic movements. It's going to help you feel better, reduce inflammation, get your metabolic system burning, and burn more calories. When we don't have that extra testosterone and estrogen in our body anymore, we're burning less calories. Our metabolic system slows down when we get older, and we want to keep it ramped up. It's going to be good for us. Goal is to build a lifestyle where movement becomes the norm. Just moving throughout the day. It doesn't have to be movement that makes you breathless. You're not trying to take your VO2 max high. You're not in a cardio state. You're just moving your body. That's what we're talking about. Strength, mobility, wellness, longevity. That is how we stay 360 strong after 50. And that's the name of the game. So we have to add NEAT. And now that you know what NEAT is, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, it's our activities of daily living, and we need to keep doing them to stay independent. Don't let people take those activities away from you. I know a lot of people are asking and being very kind and saying, let me help you, but do it as long as you can do it. That's going to help you more. And you get to the point where you need the help, then just kindly say, I'll let you know when I need that help. So here's your 360 takeaway, my strong ladies after 50. Don't just exercise. You're going to get that done. You're going to prioritize your protein and your sleep, but you're also going to build movement in throughout the day using our NEAT, our Non Exercise Activity Thermogenesis. We're going to build our metabolism so we can burn more calories, so we can shed all this menopausal weight gain that we all experience when we go through menopause. It's normal, it's okay, but these are some of the things that we can do to combat that and to live an independent and healthy life. All the little choices that you make are going to add movement throughout your day. I want you to remember that NEAT is not a menopausal magical cure. You need to do the work. It's all individual. What I want to do with this video is bring it to light. So if you've been thinking like, well, I work out, I'm doing all the things, why can't I get rid of my belly? Why is my body so inflamed? Well, maybe consider that you're not moving as much as you did in your 30s and 40s. Maybe you've slowed down a little bit because maybe things hurt, or you're not doing all the things that you used to do throughout the day. The kids maybe are gone, and so you're not hustling with children anymore, or you're giving up stairs, or whatever that is. I want you to be thoughtful on, am I moving enough throughout the day, or am I moving 1 hour a day and I'm sitting the rest of the day? That's what I really want you to consider, and be honest with yourself and say, hey, maybe I can blast off some of this metabolic belly if I begin to move more throughout the day, because I really haven't been gardening, or I gave up pickleball, or I gave up, I used to take a morning walk every morning, or I used to walk after meals, and I'm not doing that so much anymore. I got really busy. So just consider how much you're moving throughout the day and see if you can add more movement in throughout the day, and see what it does with your body. And let me know your story below. Let me know how it has helped you. Are you sleeping better? Are you now thinking about, am I actually getting in enough protein that's actually keeping the muscle on my body, or am I really getting atrophied? Am I working hard and progressively loading when I'm doing my workout, or am I kind of just getting by on my workout? All those things are things that we need to consider and think about. Just our own personal thing. You don't have to share it with anybody. It's just, where are you at? Are you slowing down on that? Do you need to add more weight? You got used to doing 10s, and 10s are where you're at, and you've been doing them for a year. Maybe it's time to start progressively loading, and that's going to give you a little bump for your workout. And then, are you sitting most of the day, or are you actually doing your NEAT? And that's where it can make a huge difference. Not a magical cure. Increasing our daily movement is going to increase our daily caloric burn, and that's going to make a big difference. So I hope that this has been helpful for you. I hope that you'll start to check in with yourself. Be more aware of, am I moving throughout the day? And if you start doing it, if you see some great results, let us know in the comment below. I'm sure there is another strong after 50 woman who would like to hear, yeah, I added more movements and it's really helping me, and I'm really starting to feel better. I hope that you have a great day. Move throughout the day. Get in your NEAT, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye.